convenient meal options due to the fast, as I said, paced urban lifestyle. And this raises, health concerns and increases awareness of this diet-related disease issue that, well, is an issue worldwide, but in Mexico, the statistics of obesity are, well, frightening. However, traditional fast food and local dining options usually, fail to meet the need for nutritious and customizable needs. Therefore, it's not as easy to find a cheap, fast, and healthy meal. And this issue really does create an opportunity for businesses like the Salad Project. The Salad Project, which I will explain a little bit in a second, to address these gaps by offering fast, healthy, and personalized food choices that align with the evolving needs of urban Mexican consumers. So, the value proposition. I mentioned a little bit about the Salad Project, a business who has presence in the UK. In my time here, I have gotten to go to a few coffee shops and different, restaurants and also fast food places. But as I said, I care about my health. Therefore, all these fast food options that I have been to, in the, at least I have tried to make them as healthy as I can. Whenever is it that I have to find the easiest, cheapest, and fastest option, I do try for it to not be, as unhealthy. And in that road, I found the Salad Project, which is a little bit the inspiration for Fit Foods. And in a wrap up, this business pretends to give you a bowl or a salad in a minute, and with the highest quality. And I fell in love with the idea. Therefore, kind of giving my business the value proposition, which would be to offer healthy, fresh, and customizable food quickly, targeting a segment that seeks affordable options to maintain a healthy lifestyle without sacrificing flavor or time. I think those are fundamental. In addition, I think highlighting the sustainability of our brand through the use of recyclable packaging and ethical sourcing practices will also be really important. Now, moving towards the business model. The business will be operating primarily in a fast casual format. Customers can customize their salads by selecting bases. So as I said, we will have rather bowls or salads. You can select your different proteins and toppings. Also, all the different options that we will have in the menu. It will be kind of like a self-service format in the sense that you can choose, or rather you can make your own salad. I think this specific step will be kind of like polished as, things go in the future, and throughout observation, see what works best logistics wise. But the location must be, target oriented. This must be a very strategic location, because as I said, if we want this business to work, and our target, which we will mention, profoundly in a second, is, fast-paced working people, well, location must, as well be aligned with this statement. So which type of innovation is this Fit Food business falling towards? I do believe it's incremental. It's not radical innovation, but incremental definitely, because because this business is gonna focus in like the everyday improvement and modernization of our food, of our quality, of our service, and to grow in this competitive, healthy market that is definitely growing, but we like growing in this industry is gonna make the difference. Now, let's go a little bit deeper into that target that we mentioned a little bit earlier. So our primary audience is going to be urban professionals aged from 20 to 45, focused on health and wellness, often looking for convenient, nutritious meal options. I think this includes, office workers, students, fitness conscious individuals mainly. Now, the consumer habits that these people have, you know, is having definitely a preference for fresh and customizable meals, especially in metropolitan areas such as London, for the Salad Project, where health consciousness is high. Mexico City works as well. And once again, the location of the stores should be, near offices. That's just for office workers to go straight to the healthiest option instead of McDonald's or anything that can replace the objective of actually having a healthy meal. Now, have you ever heard the phrase that says the greatest health is wealth? The greatest wealth is health. I'm sorry. Well, this is what we want. We want to achieve healthy options, but in the cheapest way. So it's actually, I want you to save money, but stay healthy. Okay, moving forward to the demand of healthy fast food alternatives. Well, there is definitely a growing market. Mexicans are leaning towards healthier, more nutrition rich alternatives. In urban areas like is Mexico City, there is an increase of interest into fresh salads, bowls, and plant-based meals, because there is such a growing health conscious movement. And specifically in millennials and Gen Z demographics, it's an interesting growing market. And as to what I mentioned at the beginning, as a Mexican, this I know that in Mexico City we have such a hustling urban environment, and I think this creates a great opportunity and a demand for fast nutritious meal options, and definitely Feed Foods has an opportunity to be in this market. Also, something really important to consider is that Mexico's rich culinary diversity supports the demand for creative international flavor combinations. So the menu must consider specifically, Mexican rich flavors to embrace Mexican culture and for Mexicans to, have rich ingredients, healthy ingredients, but also something that aligns with their culture. Now, the strategic location. So as we said, we should focus on high traffic urban areas such as zones with office, universities, and shopping hubs, but specifically offices. Universities work as well. And is, yeah, so I'm sorry. That's going to be really important. Here I kind of made, I highlighted the zones where in Mexico City our target's gonna be. So number one is Roma Norte. In Roma, we have adjacent neighborhoods who attract young, creative, health-conscious crowd. This is well known. It's a very interesting part of the city, and definitely having a customizable salad, concept where people can just walk in and has vibrant food scenes and a really interesting kind of like warm environment, and just like a cute small place where people can just walk through and build their own salad can be quite interesting. In Condesa, uh, well, Condesa also um, would fall under this Roma Condesa kind of like location area. Then Polanco, really interesting as well because it's kind of more like a high income concentration of professionals and tourists. So it's very cosmopolitan vibe and has a lot of fitness centers around. So this would also be quite strategic for fit foods to make an appearance in this area. And although this might not quite appear in the list of places, but it's number 6 right there, Reforma Centro is the most corporate part of the city. Lots of hotels, very, very financial sector. So it also aligns with our target. Here I present to you kind of like a render, a visual of what I mean by fit foods being kind of like this modern but also aesthetic place for people to go and build their salad. So here's like a preview of what the outside of the place would look like. And a little bit of the app, because nowadays you cannot have the luxury of not having yourself presence in an app or in a digital matter, and an app would definitely be part of it. Sometimes maybe if you're in too much of a rush and walking into the store and making your salad isn't fast enough, maybe you can kind of like do a preview of that and have build your bowl or salad before entering there and just come and pick it up. We can definitely have that option as well. And well, here's a little bit of how the inside would look like. I think it's a very warm, very green, very sustainable environment. It invites you to go in. Quick considerations for Mexico City. Mexico City has one of the largest urban populations in Latin America, if not of the world. So we have to, really focus on like not lose in sight our target. We have to really focus on that target. We have to follow health trends, adjust our prices in order for them to be competitive in Mexico City while maintaining profitability, because the location's rent is going to be quite high because of the zones that we selected for them to be strategic. And once again, adapting the menu for Mexican-inspired flavors. We're not going to mention everything in the business model canvas because much of it we've already said, but definitely mention that key partners will matter quite a lot. So because we want the best quality for our ingredients, having partnerships with local suppliers like farmers to provide the best fresh organic ingredients will be key. To maybe have an alliance with technological companies that can help us have the best app. Also maybe with gyms and fitness studios for us to have like presence inside. We mentioned that near offices or universities would be strategic, but also gyms and fitness studios. In Mexico, it's really common for gyms and fitness studios to have a restaurant. So maybe this can be a really nice option for them to partner up with, and for their customers to have a really nice meal after their workout. Sustainability consultants, if in the future we needed to apply more and more sustainable practices, this is always a nice option to consider. And of course the degradable packaging is a must. Key resources, as we said: location, local supplier network, trained staff, This will be very important because in order for us to actually achieve that really quick service, maybe in a minute service, our staff training will be very important. And strong brand identity. So we need to build a recognizable and appealing image for the Mexican consumers to identify us and prefer us. So our key activities, as we said, are going to be food preparation, menu innovation, operational management, marketing and branding, and furthermore, digital development. As for cost structure, definitely store operational cost is something that's gonna influence in pricing, for example, in our marketing efforts, tech development, and just how this much costs, because at the end of the day, making sure that everything has the best quality and that we make a check in all of these points is going to have, of course, a reflection in our costs, and therefore immediately has to do with our revenue streams. And this just have to pair up in our revenues, of course, the in-store sales, the online orders and delivery, complementary products such as juices, healthy desserts, and snacks that we want to offer as well, and merchandising and collaborations, which I don't want to really go that deep into right now, but will be something that can be interesting to, see as this grows. So as to our competitors in the Mexican market, Frutos Prohibidos, Green Grass, Gray Salad Bar, and Ojo de Agua will be our main competitors. Here in this chart, we can see as to quality and price, where all of these competitors stand and where Fifo stands. So Ojo de Agua and Green Republic are both, places that offer the sales of products such as fruits and vegetables and other organic products, as well as their own meals. They're lovely places to just go sit and enjoy meals. So they're not quite kind of like fast-paced kind of concept, therefore fall into like a higher quality category, whereas Green Grass and Gray Salads Bar, which are just, as the name says it, salad bars, fall into like a less quality and price category. Frutos Prohibidos is just like right a little bit below. I think it has lost quite a lot of quality. It has been in the market for like 5 years. It will be interesting to see why they have lost this kind of quality, therefore have to drop their prices. But focusing on Fifo, we want to be in the middle, so lower prices than Ojo de Agua and Green Republic, but higher, a little bit higher than Gray Salad and Green Grass. But we want to be above in quality than Frutos Prohibidos. We want to be high in quality. But of course, we cannot reach the amount of quality as the other two that are right up there, because it's not a restaurant kind of like focus. The organizational structure. So we would have the CEO, myself. We have the COO, the CFO, and the marketing director. The COO would have in their team, and as in like their responsibilities, the restaurant managers and the product development. The CFO would focus on the human resources management and supply chain, and the marketing director in the supply chain as well, and the customer service. Finally, expansion plans. So it would be ideal to begin with a 1-2 locations in high-income, health-conscious neighborhoods, as we mentioned, Polanco, Roma, Reforma, to establish brand recognition. Into gradual expansion, we will want to open additional stores in similar areas in the future, such as Santa Fe, over the next 3 years, focusing once more in regions with really strong demand for healthy dining. As to the franchise model, I think once we solidify the brand, we should definitely consider the franchise model and maybe move into kind of like other cities such as Monterrey and Guadalajara, which are the second largest after Mexico City. And finally, partnerships. So collaborating with big corporate offices or even fitness studios to integrate our salad bars within their spaces, I think would be a great thing for us, and become the number one option in the health focused market. So just a little thing to add: sustainability efforts. We would want to um, introduce compostable or reusable packaging, develop regional inspired menus, adapt pricing for it to be competitive, and maintain profitability, um, but also invest in customer feedback, and also include sustainability is into like our business model and the way we run our business. So thank you. If there's any questions, I will be happy to answer them. I am afraid this is all the time we have, but thank you very much for your time and for listening. I hope this was of your interest, and I hope to see you soon.